What's going on, people? Long time no see. Haven't really spoken to you guys since the Pro Bowl. Shout out to everybody in here. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Blast the algorithm with good vibes as we get back into the swing of talking football. Yeah, shit. I got Sai and Caden in the chat already. Shout out to my dogs in here. Good to see you, Sai. I don't want to see the Chiefs taking offensive tackle at 9. Well, it's cause okay. Is this just about Jeremiah Love, or is this bigger than Jeremiah Love? Because if it's not bigger than Jeremiah Love, then I think maybe you should reconsider. Because they are gonna need an offensive tackle. They just cut Jawan Taylor, but that's not like that's not the main reason why they should go offensive tackle. But the point is they need an offensive tackle. And the player they would get at 9, it would be a really good player. Like there's more than 2 or 3 good offensive tackles in the draft. This draft. But yeah, I'm seeing Peter Woods at 9. Okay, see, this is where I'm with you. I don't think they should be taking Peter Woods. I think Peter Woods at 9 is horrible value. So this one I understand you. But honestly, if they take offensive tackle, Jeremiah Love, a top receiver, or a top pass rusher, I think that those like they make a good pick. And there's so many options there. Like think about the 4 things I just listed. There's like 8 players there, and you guys pick 9. So you guys would definitely be able to make an amazing pick. But Peter Woods is not one of those picks. So I agree. I see Caden is in here. Shout out to Caden. Good to see you. Like I said, long time no see. You say you'll be right back. I'll see you then. Chiefs need to give a contract to Tyquan Thornton. I think so too, because the thing is, he'll be good value. I don't think he'll cost too much money. He clearly like works in the offense. Obviously, you need more than Tyquan. You need Tyquan. Honestly, if they get Tyquan Tyreek and then draft a receiver, that would be pretty good. You wouldn't be able to complain about that. But yeah, definitely Tyquan's a decent option. I'll go for defense more if you don't want Love. Oh, there's no such thing as don't want Love. Love is amazing, and if Love is there, they should take Love. My thing is, bro, I just don't think Love is going to be there at 9. I think Love almost guaranteed to go in the top 8. Almost. And the main reason is because he's better than Genty, and Genty went high. So I think Love gets taken. If Love is there, they should obviously take him. I just don't think he'll be there. I think that they'll have a choice between a top pass rusher, top offensive tackle, and a top receiver. They could even go corner, but I don't think they'll want to go corner. But honestly, side, there's a lot of top players that you'll be able to pick from at 9. 9 is a very good pick in this draft, especially for a strong team like Kansas City. So you guys got options. But yeah, shout out to everybody in here. Look, I haven't spoken to you guys in a while, and I think this is going to be one of the more free live streams that I do on this channel. A lot of the times when I'm live on this channel, I come in with like a list of things I want to talk about, and I have a list of things I want to talk about. But beyond that, like I just haven't talked to you guys in a while. So anything you guys want to talk about, put it in the chat. We'll get to it. I'll be here for like an hour. I think the Chiefs should trade or pick the correct player at 9. Well, this is very broad. This is very broad. And it makes sense. Like these are good outcomes. If they trade back, that's fine too. They could trade back, still get good players. Look, I'll put it this way. Let me open up a mock draft. 2026 NFL mock draft. What the hell did I just type in my search bar, man? Okay, cool. Daniel Jeremiah mock draft, right? Okay, Mendoza one, that's done, right? If David Bailey is there for the Chiefs, that's an amazing pick for them. If Maui Goa, there it is. If Maui Goa is there for the Chiefs, that's a great pick. If Bain is there for the Chiefs, that's a great pick. If Tate is there for the Chiefs, that's a great pick. If Fano is there, bro, I'm thinking about it. Reese would be a good pick for the Chiefs. Lemon, okay, I don't think Lemon. Love would be a great pick, right? How many? That's 7 players. Caleb Downs would be a great pick. Mansour Delane would be a good, bro. Like I've gone past Sonny Styles. They would never pick him, but he would like. There's way more good players Brock Pretty Fan says Eagles suck. Right back at you, buddy. Right back at you. Fuck the Niners. But yeah, no link tonight. Actually, you know what? I mean, if anybody wanted to hang out, feel free to hang out. I'll drop the link. I'm just saying I'm not going to be here for long, so it's like, uh, choose wisely. I don't know. Like, if you, I'll say this: don't come here to just hang out. If you have something you want to talk about, come through. Arm length is short. I get that. But you're not going to get a perfect player at 9. For example, right? Like, yeah, you're not going to get a perfect player. If that's the player's main deficiency, I think they'll be fine. And it's 9th overall. Like, if you were picking these guys in the top 5, then yeah, maybe you're more critical of something like arm length. But honestly, like, I think arm length is a part of the story. I don't think it's the whole story. I think that, like, they would be fine. Also, you say Franco and like, both of these are misspelled. I assume you're talking about these two guys. Mauigoa and Fano, I think these are the two guys you're talking about. Give me Ruben Bain, if not Love. But Ruben Bain's arms are short too, but it's the same thing. In my opinion, I don't think that's something to be scared of. His arms can, like, he's just good at football. It's like with these guys, like, their arms are short for sure, but they're just good at football. So I wouldn't stress too much. Oh man, I've missed this. It's been a while. It's good to be back though. Any questions you guys have, get your questions in the chat. Okay. I think the first thing I'll talk about is the trades. So I got the page here for the traded players so far. First trade we got about a week ago, we got Tavondre Sweat for Jermaine Johnson. So these two players were traded for each other. Context here, Jermaine Johnson on the Jets used to play for Robert Saleh. Clearly he wanted his guy. Tavondre Sweat, also a good player, but he doesn't fit Robert Saleh's scheme. He's a run-stuffing defensive tackle. Not much of a pass rush upside, but he's a very good, like, run-stopping player. He's not a fit, though. The Jets traded for Mazi Smith in the Quinnen Williams trade, so clearly they're okay with this type of nose tackle. So they get a good player that fits their scheme. Tennessee trades a player that doesn't fit their scheme, and Tennessee gets back Jermaine Johnson, a player that Rob Saleh is already comfortable with, already understands, knows how to get the most out of. And the Jets kind of continue their barrage of not having to pay guys that they're not in love with. So, I mean, honestly, this is a trade where I don't hate it for either side. I think both sides got something they can use. No draft picks were involved. I think Jermaine Johnson has to get paid first. I think he's in the last year of his deal. Tavondre Sweat has 2 years left. But I don't. There's nothing wrong with this deal. Like, I like it for both sides, and I think both sides will get some value out of these players. The next deal to look at, Titus Howard traded. Actually, you know what? I want to look at both of these trades together because Houston is involved in both of them. So Houston basically traded away Juice Scruggs and Titus Howard. So Houston, I clicked it. Damn it. Houston traded away 2 offensive linemen, and they traded for David Montgomery. Here's where I'm kind of conflicted about this, right? I like David Montgomery as a player. I like the idea of Houston acquiring that kind of running back. And I think he's going to work. My issue is that Houston is about to enter a period where they're going to become very expensive because overnight, and I mean literally overnight, they're about to have to pay CJ Stroud and Will Anderson. So this roster is about the top of the roster that's been cheap is about to get very expensive. What that means is your picks are at a premium. Your draft picks are very important. And they just traded draft capital today. And they traded their offensive linemen that played. Like Juice Scruggs, I'm pretty sure. I might be actually no. You know what? I know Titus Howard played. Let me check about Juice Scruggs, which is not an easy name for me to say. I don't know if anyone else has that issue. I have a hard time with Juice Scruggs. Verified, dog. I am a human. I'm not supporting you. Okay, only started one game last year. Started 13 games the year before. Point is, Houston has had they've had a shaky offensive line. I'm not saying that these guys are good players that they traded away or like excellent players or players that they can't replace. But did you get better today on the offensive line? No. If any, you could only possibly get worse. Um, they had to add on top of what they had to begin with. They now have to replace these guys. I say that all to say they're gonna have to they're gonna have to use draft capital to replace these guys. They traded draft capital today, so they have less draft capital to fill out the roster that now they're gonna need to fill out because they're about to pay CJ Stroud and Will Anderson. And what did they get in return? They got David Montgomery, who again I like. In a vacuum, there's nothing wrong with him. Like there's no issue with him as a player. However, scary proposition, right? This guy is going to be a 29-year-old running back that's in the mid, like who's not getting paid insignificant money. His contract isn't huge, but it's not insignificant money. So it's like you traded these draft picks and you parted with offensive linemen to come back with what? To come back with what? To come back with a 29-year-old running back? I don't know. Like it's funny. Like again, I don't have a particularly an issue of they decided they didn't want to pay Titus Howard. I can understand that maybe they wanted to make a move for David Montgomery. I think I could understand that, but I just think both the things together, like the approach to the day today, I don't think is the best for Houston. We'll see how it goes. But they have to get even when it comes down to getting the most out of David Montgomery, right? What did Saquon Barkley teach us? You need an offensive line to take advantage of a running back. Like they got David Montgomery. Step 2, they have to figure out an offensive line that's going to help them even take advantage of David Montgomery. So, yeah, I just think that Houston just set themselves up to have a lot to do today. Like a lot to do replacing the or like upgrading the offensive line. One more thing, I want Walker if he doesn't sign a contract with Seattle. You know what, Sai? I like Kenneth Walker, the player. I think he's good at football. My problem is I think his next contract, it doesn't matter who it's with, is going to be a massive overpay. It's going to be a massive overpay. Look, he played really well, but he played in an excellent scheme with Gary. I called him Gary Kubiak. That's crazy. With Clint Kubiak. Not to say that Andy Reid's scheme isn't excellent. I'm just saying, like, he played in a very advantageous situation, right? Seattle was a good situation. He wasn't even a full-time player, so he was very healthy last year. Or not healthy is the wrong word, but he didn't have to play that much. They weren't, like, exhausting him. And the reality is, bro, nobody has ever been down bad for Kenneth Walker. I say that to say there's some truth in the fact that Kenneth Walker is a good football player. But the run that he went on made him look amazing. He's not an amazing football player, but I think he's about to get paid like an amazing football player. And I think whoever signs him is just going to give him too much money. That being said, again, like there's nothing, like I like the player. And if you could sit here and tell me that somehow you could magically guarantee that he gets a fair contract, then I would say absolutely go get Kenneth Walker. Because again, good football player. He's simply just good at football, and he would help a lot of teams. But considering that he just won a Super Bowl MVP, he was a big part of a Super Bowl win. I just think he's going to get an outrageous contract. So I'm not big, like super big on Kenneth Walker this free agency. So those are the traded players. Let's look at the re-signed players. Where is it? Extended? I think so. Okay. And these are everybody extended so far. I don't think any of these contracts are significant except Andrew Wiley, 2 years, $7.5 million. Solid player for Washington. They're a very old team that's trying to get younger. I think this is probably one of the older guys they want to stick around with because he's in his late 20s and not his 30s yet, I don't think. Maybe he is in his 30s by now. But he used to be on the Chiefs. Good player. Not a bad contract. Some stability on the offensive line, especially considering that they just released Tyler Biadasz. The other player that they re-signed, Nick Allegretti, actually, funnily, a similar path, right? Used to play on the Chiefs, now a veteran on the Commanders. So they got some stability on the offensive line. I still don't think they're going to be good next year, but not bad there. And then you got these two teams, these two Ohio teams, re-signing offensive linemen. So the Bengals extended Dalton Reisner. He played a lot for them last year, and they now have their entire offensive line under contract from last year. My question is pretty simply, why did they want to return that line? I don't think that line was anything special. We got Caden in the chat. What's going on?
Yeah, what's good?
Yo, it's been a while.
Yes, it has.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna zip through these last two re-signings, and then we're gonna talk. Honestly, okay. Okay, yeah, no, we'll talk Falcons in a bit. But yeah, Reisner, I don't know why the Bengals wanted to bring back the whole offensive line last year. Their offensive line wasn't anything special. And they should be. I don't know. Maybe they can't afford to shoot higher or to aim higher, but they settled for bringing back the offensive line from last year. Browns pay Titus Howard. I mean, they needed offensive linemen in the worst way. They just traded for this guy, and they gave him some deal. Some contract. They gave him some new money on a contract. It's late, so I'm fumbling with my words. Not a bad deal. Cowboys paid Javonte Williams. This is a super reasonable number. All that worked out well. Okay, Caden, the Falcons are gonna release Kirk Cousins. Man, talk to me.
Yeah, I made a video about it too.
Crazy, right? Like, cause you
Yeah,
guys have Michael Penix, and you're guaranteed to not rely on Michael Penix because he's not healthy yet. So it'll just
yeah.
be interesting to see what they do.
What I would have to say is anybody but Tua.
Anybody but Tua.
Yes,
I'm gonna pull up.
and maybe if Tom Brady unretires,
No way, dude. QBs.
he comes to the Falcons, wins us the Super Bowl,
No
put
way,
Jackson
man.
Dawson on
Yeah,
that
I
team.
know. He's a loyal. Can I not find a he? No, he's a loyal Tampa Bay Buccaneer, man.
Yep, I saw.
There it is. So they plan to release Kirk Cousins. There's a lot of other quarterbacks that got released. I'm trying to see if somebody has a list. Um, Geno Smith and Kyler Murray could be priority targets for the
What
Vikings.
happened to 9?
9, they just don't trust 9. Like, they don't want to go into the year having to rely on 9.
Oh, speaking of Justin Fields, did you hear that he might be a running back next season?
I didn't hear that, but I also don't think that's true.
He said that he wants to be a running back.
There's no way he said that.
He did. He did.
Nah, you got baited, dude. You got baited. Um, okay, this is what I was looking for, right? There's 5 quarterbacks that are about to be released. Tua, Kyler Murray, Geno Smith, Kirk Cousins, and Justin Fields. So there's going to be a market in free agency for these guys. Caden, would you take Geno Smith?
No.
And you said you know to Tua, right? I'm assuming
Yeah.
you don't want Justin Fields.
Yeah. So
So
it's
I mean, like,
basically
talk to me.
Kyler Murray.
Oh, it's just Kyler or bust?
Well, I mean, Kirk is probably not going to come back because he's definitely released. Gina Tua, I don't. He just get injured.
Yeah.
He has too many injuries, and then Justin Fields is just and then Geno Smith is too old. So Kyler Murray is the best option out of those guys.
Kyler, that's your guy. Okay, I mean, fair enough. I don't think there's even that many other options because I think Aaron Rodgers, it's either Pittsburgh or retirement. Daniel Jones, I think, is probably going back to Indy. So there's not a ton of options out here beyond the guys on this list. you guys are probably not going to draft a player considering that you've had a lot of draft capital burnt. Like, I don't even say this like as a like I don't even say this as like a joke or anything, right? But it's like between James Pierce and Michael Penix, those are two first round picks. It doesn't look like you're going to be getting a whole lot from, right? So when that's the case, you
Wait, you
can't
mean
just keep
Jalen
burning
Walker?
capital on the quarterback position. Like you have to fill out the rest of your team.
Wait, hold on. You mean Jalen Walker? Because he was the first person we picked, and then we traded for James Pierce.
No, no, no. I mean James Pierce.
No, Jalen Walker, he was the first person we picked.
I don't think you understood what I said. I said that those are two players that it doesn't look like you're going to get a whole lot from. I think you're going
Oh,
to get
okay.
something from Jalen Walker.
Yes. I get,
Yeah,
yeah.
like I think Jalen Walker is going to work out fine because like he looks like a good player, and they're going to get something out of that pick. But it's like the Michael Penix first round pick that you spent and the James Pierce first round pick. It just doesn't look like you're going to get a whole lot from those two draft picks. Um, so they can't just keep burning draft picks on the quarterback position. Like you have to fill out the rest of your team. Uh,
Yep.
so I don't know. Like I just think they have to sign someone, and I get a sneaky suspicion,
Oh, by the way, we're also getting new uniforms.
which is pretty cool, right? So that's the thing. Like, can you really advertise new uniforms with Geno Smith?
No.
Hell no.
Or Justin Fields.
But you know what it is? At least Justin Fields is from Atlanta.
Well, yeah. My my favorite cousin, not Mike Meme, but my favorite cousin,
Yeah,
actually played baseball against him. My cousin went to Kennesaw State and he played. Since Justin Fields grew up in Georgia, they had a game that he played against him.
that makes sense. That makes sense. Like you said, he uh yeah, it says here what to Kennesaw. Kennesaw, damn. So that's how I know you know you're speaking the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, at least Justin Fields is a local guy, played for Georgia. It didn't work out, went to Ohio State, had a good career.
Yeah, I believe my cousin also played football against Trevor Lawrence too in high school.
Yeah.
I forget what high school Trevor Lawrence went to.
Well, he did college in Clemson. So I mean, you know what? We have nothing better to do. Let's look up Trevor Lawrence's high school. Wait, hold on. Before I click enter, take a guess.
I don't know.
It's a Georgia high school. Pick a random Georgia high school.
Damn, bro.
Too late. Cartersville.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Cartersville, Georgia?
Yes, but
Okay.
I've been there. Yeah.
But yeah, just to wrap this up, right? The key thing is these guys are all going to get cut with their old teams owing them money, which means that they don't have to get paid anything from their new team, meaning they're all going to be on a minimum salary of 1.3 million, which is next to nothing. So it's not just that when you go for Tua, Kyler, Geno, Kirk Cousins, or Justin Fields that you're getting that player. It's that you're getting that player for next to nothing, which is the upside. So as much as Geno Smith might not seem like a great option, he would be cheap as hell. He would be cheap as hell. He would be like cost 1/10 the money that Kirk Cousins cost them. Same applies to everybody here. But I think whoever gets Kyler Murray for 1.3 million is going to be happier than happy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I think
So
that's
we'll have him
all.
running around the field.
Basically, yeah. Other people that got released, Tyreek Hill got released. I would caution against a team being like, I don't think teams should push too aggressively for Tyreek, and I don't think fans should be happy too much if their team signed Tyreek, because Tyreek, his injury was so bad that, I mean, I don't think, like, I have to see him look healthy to believe that he'll ever be the same again. And if a team pays him anything much more than like 3-4 mil, I think that's incredibly risky. Because dude, like, there's a chance he might not be that fast anymore. There's a chance. I'm not saying it'll happen, but there's a chance, and that would scare me. Among the other players that got released, notable names, um, Biadish and Marshawn Lattimore. So you got the Commanders releasing two vets. Again, the Commanders were a very expensive and very old team last year, so you knew they were going to transition from a handful of their players simply because you just can't keep going with a team that old with the way the last year turned out. So you got two releases here. The Lions released Graham Glasgow. I think he had injury issues last year, but just generally, Lions, they're another team that they're going to have to start paying players, right? Like they had a home run set of draft picks with Jack Campbell and Jameer Gibbs, but yeah, look, it's around that time where you got to start paying those players. So you got to start, being very careful with your money, and these kind of moves have to be made.
The duo was broken.
What happened?
I said the duo has been broken.
Essentially, bro. There's no better
The
way to
David
put it.
Montgomery trade to Texas.
Wait, what?
Montgomery to
Oh yeah,
Houston.
yeah, yeah. We talked about that already. Yeah, the in what was it? Knuckles, Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah, or Mario and Luigi.
True. I never heard them get called Mario Luigi, but that makes sense. The duo is broken. Yeah, they had to trade Montgomery. They had to cut Glasgow. They got to start being very careful with their money because they're about to pay huge money to Gibbs and Jack Campbell. What I find interesting here is that Tennessee cut these two players to save money because Tennessee they have tons of money, so they really think these guys are shit. So if you see your teams pick up Xavier Woods or Lloyd Cushenberry, don't be excited because Tennessee had no reason to cut these guys. We got my guy Jared joining the chat. What's going on, Jared?
Yo, my Texans did something.
Okay, they did do something. You weren't here for me to talk about it, but I'll let you talk about it first. You guys made two moves. You guys traded for
Yeah, we
David
traded
Montgomery
Titus. Yeah, but then we traded Titus Howard to the Browns.
and Juice Scruggs to the Lions.
He also made another trade too. Then we also made another trade. Titus Howard to the Browns for a 5th-round pick.
Yep. Talk to us,
Crazy.
man. What are your thoughts?
Dude, I still can't believe we got David Montgomery.
Hey, man. Here's the thing.
I think this is because of I think this is because of the Joe Mixon injury problem with his foot.
Yeah. Like he just casually missed a whole year and nobody really knew what was going on. Like you just can't assume that you have anything with him. Chubb is old.
Chubb, yeah, he's a free agent.
And he's old, right? So it's like you had to upgrade. And I think Montgomery is amazing as a fit for what they're looking for. Again, my only thing is bro, is like they always had to add to the offensive line, but now they made their offensive line even worse, trading away Howard and Scruggs. So their journey to being a good offensive line just got even like further. And the other thing is like I was talking about it with the Lions, who have to now pay Gibbs and Jack Campbell. CJ Stroud and Will Anderson are about to get paid a lot of money. So you just traded a bunch of draft picks as well. Well, I mean, in a way, they traded a 4th. They got back a 5th for Titus Howard. So it's like I guess they cycled around draft picks. But yeah, it's just like they have to go.
Yeah, then a 7th, I think, for what they.
Yeah, they have to invest quite a bit in their offensive line, and they're gonna have to pay their players. I just feel like they have a lot to do, and I don't know if this kind of resources into a 29-year-old running back when you have so much other stuff to do is great. And again, it's not a criticism on Montgomery because Montgomery is fine. He'll be a good player for them. But yeah, I just feel like they needed to go offensive line first. And they got worse on the offensive line before getting better. And like if the offensive line isn't good, you won't even see the best out of Montgomery. So again, it's just like I'll feel differently about this if in 2 weeks they made a bunch of moves for offensive linemen and they're way better on that side of the ball, but yet to be determined whether
I think that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. So if they do that, it looks different. But as of now, I just looked at an offensive line that wasn't great and it got even worse. So fingers crossed.
Yeah. Then we also released Jimmy Ward today too.
Jared.
Right.
Jared.
What's up?
I have a question for you. Do you switch teams when something good happens to that team? Because didn't you say that you were a fan of the Patriots and the Texans?
Texans are my second favorite team.
I thought
'Cause I
Patriots
would-
were the second favorite team.
Yeah, I thought Patriots.
Oh
were
yeah,
the
the Patriots was the second favorite team. That's what I meant. I switched them. I
Oh,
got them
okay.
mixed up. The Texans were number 1. Patriots were number 2.
Mm.
Yeah, because like you stopped talking about the Texans when the Patriots made the Super Bowl, and then now you're talking about the Texans again.
Hey, the Patriots beat my team. Okay.
Beat them fair and square.
Yep. CJ Stroud threw 5 interceptions.
CJ Stroud had not a care in the world, man.
Dude, they're saying there was. Our GM had to post something said there was no trade rumors about trading CJ Stroud.
Yeah, of course. You can't trade him. You can't trade him. No.
He's too young.
Yeah, then we released Jimmy Ward because he missed the whole 2025 season.
Yeah.
And also, he's still on a contract too.
Free up some money pretty easily.
Dude, everybody DM'd me about the David Montgomery trade. I said, I believe it till Adam Schefter post it. And then he did.
Jared, out of these 5 quarterbacks that look like they're all going to get cut and become free agents, which quarterback would give me 2 quarterbacks out of this list that you would take on your team?
I don't trust Tua because his concussions.
Yep.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray, CJ Stroud.
I'm at 151 subscribers now.
Hell yeah.
I would probably take
all my cousins.
Kyler Murray or Kirk Cousins, so we can have a veteran quarterback right behind CJ Stroud.
Kyler Murray or Kirk Cousins. No, that makes sense. I think you picked probably the 2 best players here. I think those are definitely going to be, again, if Rodgers goes back to Pittsburgh and Daniel Jones goes back to Indy, you're talking about Kyler Murray and Kirk Cousins probably being the 2 most in-demand quarterbacks in the NFL, which is crazy to see.
I got
because our backup quarterback was Willis. Because our backup quarterback is Willis.
And I think someone is going to give Will Levis a shot.
Will Levis?
True.
Because I think
wait.
Malik.
No, Willis, our backup quarterback is Mills. There we go. It's not Willis.
What did you
Mills.
say initially?
I said Willis.
That's my last name.
Yeah. Wrong guy.
Mills is our backup quarterback when CJ Stroud got hurt, and he played okay.
Yeah,
but still, I want a veteran quarterback behind CJ. I want to get a veteran quarterback behind CJ.
I agree, Sai. I agree. But yeah, after Malik Willis, you're probably looking at Kyler Murray, Kirk Cousins as the top 2 quarterbacks in free agency. I could easily see Kirk Cousins going to the Vikings. We are going to do this video later, by the way, where I'm going to project the offseason for quarterbacks. But yeah.
My question is I'm wondering where Kenneth Walker goes.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting call. I'm going to go to the sleeper NFL thing and just scroll through the rumors. I'm told Pittsburgh spent a lot of time talking to the receivers, and that's a big focus for them in the offseason. That's a draft thing. Anthony Richardson.
I wonder if my Texans will go after David Ojukwu, the Browns tight end that declined his option.
Yeah, no, that would be a good piece. I wonder how. Do you guys still have Dalton Schultz?
Yes, we still have Dalton Schultz. Because he was hurt most of the year. If you get rid of Dalton Schultz, Njoku would be a good upgrade. But if you keep Dalton Schultz, we need more wide receivers and an O-line.
All right, man. O-line is everything.
Because we can't keep trusting on Nico Collins.
But here's the thing. I think your 2 rookies you drafted last year, right? Noel and I forget the other guy's name, the bigger guy. Higgins.
I don't know.
I think they're going to work out. So I don't actually think you guys have to go receiver. You guys figured out running back. It's just offensive line, offensive line, offensive line. They have to pour like the first 3 draft picks into that position if they want to be safe. So that's how I see it.
I did like I did like Christian Kirk though, Captain Kirk.
Kirk Cousins?
When we added him. Christian Kirk.
Oh, Christian. No. Okay, yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, he's not a bad player. To give them some time
because he helped us a lot. Oh
yeah.
Flashbacks.
And then we need to get now we need to have a healthy Tank Dell though. That's my one question. Is he going to be back to his normal?
I don't think he is, but it's okay, man. Between Kirk, Higgins, and Noel, you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's my question.
Jared,
but
did you read something or hear something about Justin Fields wanting to be a running back?
I did saw that, but I don't know. I don't think he would be a good running back.
He said that he wanted to be one.
He definitely didn't, dude. You gotta see Justin Fields running back. Nothing comes out about running back.
Search up Justin Fields wanting to be running back.
Hey, you got baited by a meme page, dude. You can't fall to the meme page. Yeah, see Aaron Glenn saying Fields running more isn't the answer. He's not a running back, but this is from November. This is from September.
Yeah.
This is from October.
Yeah. I think Justin Fields should just stay as a quarterback.
You got baited by a meme page, my guy. Anthony Richardson is prioritizing finding a coach who will consistently develop him and his skill set. Brother, that sounds like he wants to go to the Rams.
Matthew Stafford's definitely staying one more year.
Oh, absolutely. But Anthony Richardson shouldn't be.
Oh yeah, we
should be a backup. So
what about Stetson Bennett?
When we watched the honors, he said he's coming back one more year after he won that MVP.
Sure. That's why they have time to develop a guy, and why not? Instead of burning a draft pick, first round pick on a quarterback, just get Anthony Richardson. Spend the first round pick to make yourself better this year. Try to win a Super Bowl. I think that might be the way to go. So I asked, what do you think of rumors about Rodgers coming back? I think he's going to come back to the Steelers, and I don't think it's going to be good for Pittsburgh because he's not going to be any better than he was last year. And it's just nothing is going to there's no point. Pittsburgh's not going to draft a proper quarterback. They're going to develop Will Howard. I just don't think it's going to be good for anybody, to be honest.
Plus,
Rodgers is just going to
get back with his former coach.
Yeah.
Plus, he's back with his former coach with the Packers, too. Mike McCarthy.
It's just bringing the band
Brady
back
coming
together.
back. Rumors of Tom Brady.
I don't think Brady's coming. Brady's not coming back.
I saw a video of him wanting to come back though, or the XFL or something like that.
Hey man, you're falling
for the XFL.
Okay. Travis Kelce is definitely coming back. Yeah, I think he would have retired by now if he wanted to retire. By the way, retirement's already happened.
The Mike meme page.
By the way, what's your thoughts on the AJ Brown rumors?
Here's what I think. I think AJ Brown wants to be in a passing offense. I think the Eagles are probably never going to be a passing offense under Jalen Hurts. The issue is his contract would be very difficult for Philadelphia to move. It would be easy to move next year. So I'll put it this way. If he doesn't get traded, it's definitely his last year in Philadelphia. The question is that if the Eagles have a hard time moving his contract, what they're going to do is they're just going to ask for way too much. So any team looking to trade for AJ Brown, they're going to pretend like they're listening, but they're going to ask for a first round pick and a fourth round pick, which is just too much for AJ Brown right now. And teams are probably going to say no. I don't think he gets traded, but I don't think that's because it might not be the best idea. If he doesn't want to be in Philadelphia, he shouldn't be in Philadelphia. But I just think that it's going to be hard to trade his contract. It's going to be hard for the Eagles to get the kind of draft picks that they want. I just don't think it's going to work out. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's an intention somewhere to trade him. A lot of things have to happen perfectly for this move to happen.
Yeah.
If Chiefs,
I heard the Patriots are interested in them.
I would love AJ at the Chiefs. Who's AJ in this situation?
I heard the Patriots were interested in him earlier in the offseason, but apparently that changed.
NFL mock draft. Oh, I'm trying to see. Oh shit! I'm trying to see who AJ is. Why am I getting caught up by this? Fano, Bain, Tyson, Love, Fox, Sunny Styles.
Plus, how many more years? AJ Brown.
Oh, what was that?
Patrick Mahomes and AJ Brown. Ooh.
Shout out to Clifton Harris saying next season Jaguars 10-7, Titans 5-12, Colts 3-13, Texans 2-15.
Jared.
Bro, you sound like a Jaguars fan, which is cool. Shout out to everybody that is repping their home teams. But yo, this sounds like supreme hate for the rest of the division. I don't hate the Jaguars record. I don't hate the Titans record. Honestly, I could see the Colts being a disaster. So I don't even necessarily hate that. But yo, Texans 2-15 under DeMeco Ryans, that's premium Houston hate right there.
It's because we always beat them every year. That's why.
But yo, shout out to you, Clifton. I think you're new in the community.
Yes.
Let us know who your team is, and if you don't mind, where you're tapping in from. And welcome to the community.
Mm-hmm. Yes, welcome.
I think that might be our first Jaguars fan.
First Jaguars fan.
Okay, hold on.
And how would we be 2-15?
Tua Tagovailoa is on the Vikings' radar, but is considered a tier 2 option. Murray and Geno Smith are viewed as the tier 1 options. Okay, so the Vikings want Kyler.
And Geno.
He's a Broncos fan.
Okay, he's a Broncos fan. All right, Broncos. We don't have another Broncos fan, do we?
No, we don't.
I have a friend who's a big Broncos fan. So.
Man, that doesn't count. We're talking about the community. Okay, cool. Yo, so here's the thing. Stroud did play like a bum. I just can't see DeMeco Ryans having a defense that loses them 15 games. Like, to me, it's about DeMeco. It's not about Stroud. But I hear what you're saying about Stroud. Broncos for life, though. Okay, first Broncos fan in the community. For you might not know, I'm an Eagles fan. There's a guy in the background. You might hear his voice. His name is Caden. He's a Falcons fan. And then another guy who's a Texans fan.
Yeah, go Birds.
Oh, man. Hell yeah. Go Birds.
No, go Bulls.
Yeah. Okay. Here,
Bulls will crush the Birds.
I'll say this. Kyler Murray in the Vikings offense to me does not sound like it makes any sense, because this Kevin O'Connell offense is all about being precise with decisions and ball placement, right? Like, this offense. Think about the quarterbacks that have done well in it in terms of a Kirk Cousins, a Sam Darnold. This is not a offense for Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is an improviser. Kyler Murray is somebody who likes playing like a backyard style of football. If he ever developed into being able to play in a Kevin O'Connell offense, he would be amazing. At that point, Kyler Murray would be like a top quarterback in the NFL. But the fact he's not a top quarterback for this very reason, because he can't play in this kind of offense. So I almost don't see that being possible. Geno Smith is the kind of quarterback for this offense. I just think he sucks now. I don't think he's good at all.
Dude, so last year he was horrible. He threw like 30 picks last year.
And then Tua is plan C. Like, I think this is all wrong for Minnesota, man. Just go get Kirk Cousins and be happy. Go to Kirk Cousins and just be like, baby, come back. And go be a happy
like the song.
Dude, I wonder how the Viking fans are feeling about the Sam Darnold thing winning a Super Bowl.
Oh, they're probably pissed. What do you think about Keon Coleman, brother? You just missed. I scrolled up here, but it looks like Buffalo has no plans to move Keon Coleman and believe he's poised for the best season of his career. Excited about a full reset under Joe Brady. This is where this sounds like premium bullshit to me, because it's literally not a full reset. He was literally the offensive coordinator. Joe Brady was on the Bills last year running the offense. It is not a complete reset. Everybody's still there except one guy. What a horrible, like, this is, I don't know. Maybe he's sticking around, but this is such a, I don't know. This is a.
Somebody told me that Phillip Rivers is going to be a coach for one of the teams.
What team? Like a high school team?
No, like the NFL team.
Bro, you get the worst information, man.
No, it's
Oh no,
from these kids I talked to.
Some NFL team in the offseason that interviewed him for a head coach.
No,
I think it was.
the Bills did interview him, but like that.
Oh, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
No, yeah, they interviewed him, but he didn't come close to getting the job or anything. It was just one interview. He didn't even get a second interview. That was that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Relevant aside, in addition to Kansas City, the Saints have emerged as another potential landing spot for Travis Etienne. I think
the Saints. Player.
I think in the right offense he could be good. I don't hate this. If it's a good value, I could see Etienne being helpful for both these teams.
You know who I'm wondering?
What?
Mike Evans. I wonder where Mike Evans goes.
Ooh, okay. I saw rumors saying that basically if the Eagles trade AJ Brown, they might look to Mike Evans to replace him. And then the other thing I heard was that the Bills were interested in Mike Evans.
And the Max Crosby thing is heating up too. The trade rumors.
Yep, you'll take him. Yeah, no, Etienne would be good for the Chiefs, I think.
Over Isaiah Pacheco.
Mm-hmm.
Over Pacheco.
Devontae.
Yeah, I'll take a younger running. Oh wait.
No, it just says regardless of what happens with AJ Brown, there's an internal sentiment that Devontae Smith has another level he can reach. So this is the thing, right? Like, because of AJ Brown and because the Eagles don't throw the ball like 40 times a game, I honestly don't think anybody knows how good Devontae Smith is. Like this guy's so good. Like if he was fast in terms of like fast in not Tyreek Hill is even too much of a like if he was fast like a Jamar Chase, I think he would basically be Jamar Chase. Like, you know, like in my opinion, Devontae Smith is like a slow Jamar Chase, which is still an amazing player. But people, if we trade AJ Brown, people might learn how good this guy is. But
he's a Bama boy.
I watched some of his old games with Alabama. That kid was good.
Dude had like almost 300 yards in one game on Alabama, man. This
Minnesota. Geno Smith, Kyler Murray, Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, Joe Flacco.
Oh
yeah.
Derek Carr makes sense. Derek Carr makes sense. Here's the tricky part, though, right? Derek Carr is going to cost you draft picks because the Saints still have his rights. So he retired, but the Saints still have him under contract. So if you want Derek Carr, you have to trade for Derek Carr. Meanwhile, if you want any of those 5 quarterbacks that I talked about earlier, Kyler, Tua, Kirk, Fields, there's a 5th one I'm missing. All those guys cost you like next to no money. So like the issue for Derek Carr.
How about Joe Flacco?
No.
Honestly, Joe Flacco.
Showing Joe Flacco.
Interesting.
He's too old.
Because I see Joe Flacco on there.
Bro, he's 40 years old.
Joe Flacco on the Vikings just throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson every play would be amazing.
No, put Kirk back on the team.
Oh yeah, what you thought about Aaron Jones getting released? What you thought about Aaron Jones getting released?
I mean, I'm surprised they released him as well, but they released Hargrave too, who isn't bad either. I just think Minnesota, it's probably about getting younger. They just got rid of two of their older players. That must be the reason.
I wonder where Aaron Jones goes now.
I wonder where JJ will go.
Probably somewhere to be in a committee.
Do you think JJ's meme will fade out when another quarterback takes his spot?
By the way, this one I like.
Oh wow, Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz
returns to play next season.
So not even that. So and with Dallas Goedert headed for free agency, a reunion with the Eagles is reportedly in play. Bring Zach Ertz back to Philly right now. I think Zach Ertz plus drafting a tight end in the 2nd or 3rd round would be a nice way to.
Oh, you guys didn't resign Dallas Goedert?
No, here's the thing. Like he took a pay cut to come back last year, and I don't think he would take another pay cut because we don't actually have enough money. We don't have money to spend at tight end. So Dallas Goedert probably
come to New England.
He probably goes for a payday somewhere else. And the thing that people actually don't know about Zach Ertz, he's only 8 catches away from having the most catches in Eagles history by anybody, right? And he just got traded.
Oh, he should go back.
He had that insane catch in the Super Bowl against the Patriots.
Exactly. So this guy is an Eagles legend, and he's only 8 catches away from having the all-time most catches in Eagles history. So bring Zach Ertz back, let him finish his career.
Who's the first?
I think a guy named Harold Carmichael from like the 80s.
That was when the Philly special happened.
Yeah, way back in the day. But Zach Ertz, if he comes back to Philly, he gets that record for sure. So bring the legend back. See, so Mike Evans could land with the Bills or Eagles in free agency. Here's what I think. I think he's going back to Tampa, but I think this is a good thing for his agent to put out there in order to get his value up.
Yeah, he kind of looks kind of weird in a Bills uniform, though.
Yeah, it does look weird.
Then I saw that.
I'm gonna scroll through to see any other things. Jeremiah Love could go as early as 3 to Arizona. Okay, so this is why I hear when you say I know Chiefs getting J Love is close. I blame the NFL. This is rigged because I've seen now 2 things. Because Todd McShay is saying this, and then Ben Albright, the guy who I was showing you his coaching predictions, how he was getting every coaching or a lot of the coaching predictions right. He also tied Jeremiah Love to Arizona at 3. So you're talking about a guy who's starting to get hype, going as early as number 3 in the draft. Jeremiah Love is not going to fall to 9, and the main reason is because he's one of the best players in the draft. Like running backs don't get value when expected, but this guy is so good. Jeremiah Love is phenomenal.
If he goes to Arizona, he'll be back up with James Conner, right?
Well, I think he honestly he makes James Conner the backup. I think Jeremiah Love steps in and that's his backfield. I don't think anybody in, especially Conner coming off an injury, but this is just wherever Jeremiah Love goes, he's king in the backfield.
Imagine he falls to the Texans.
But he also thinks that Love is not falling out of the top 5. So anybody who outside the top 5 wants Love, I don't see that happening.
Are you watching the first round of draft this year or no?
Oh, by the way, man. I'm gonna stream all 3 days.
No, there you go.
Like Daniel Jones is going back to the Colts, according to Schefter. What else do we have here? We already talked about Lattimore. We already talked about the trades.
Jared, would you hop on if I stream the 3 days?
I would.
2-year extension. Okay, I think we got through all the. See, this is what it is. The Eagles' current asking price for AJ Brown is high. 1st round pick and a top 100 pick. So this is basically 1st round pick and 3rd round pick. You know what this is actually? What this really is? This is essentially the Eagles putting out a asking price that's so high they know nobody's going to match it, and they can go back to AJ Brown and be like, look, we tried to trade you, but nobody wants to trade for you. That's what this is. So again, we'll see if AJ Brown puts up of a stink to really get traded, but this is what I think the Eagles
I'm waiting to
keep him.
I'm waiting till AJ Brown does the Antonio Brown thing. What he did for the Buccaneers.
This is what they're putting him in a position where he has to do that if he wants to get out. So we'll see if he wants out of Philly bad enough to do all that. Because at the end of the day, bro, it's not like it's a bad place to be. So if he really wants out, he'll do it. If not, he won't. Did you see that the Chiefs want to trade McDuffie? Oh, the fans want to trade McDuffie. I didn't see that. What's wrong with McDuffie? I thought he was good. Why the fuck would he want to go to the desert? I don't think he wants to go to the desert, bro. Nobody should ever want to go to the Cardinals, but he has no say. He has no control, man. If the Cardinals pick him, that's where he's going. He's going to go be their Larry Fitzgerald again.
Dang.
The Chiefs don't need Jeremiah Love. I'm sorry.
According to, they don't need him. Patrick Mahomes with that elite back would be special. But according to Albert Breer, the candidates
Patriots
are the Cowboys, Bears, Ravens, Bills, Patriots, Eagles, and Rams.
I could see
him on he goes to the Patriots. Bills. I could see him on the Bills too, yeah.
I could see him on all these teams. I think him on the Ravens would be like that. Oh man. Max Crosby against TJ Watt twice a year, classic Ravens Steelers football. Wan'Dale Robinson's free agency market is strong and it's looking like he'll play somewhere else. The Titans are among teams with significant interest. So it looks like the Titans are into the idea of getting like a younger receiver in free agency because it looks like their main targets are Alec Pierce and Wan'Dale Robinson, who aren't like amazing receivers, but they're young receivers. Apparently,
I like size. I like size. Last comment.
we don't need love. No, it's like you don't need love from the standpoint of like, it's not like you guys can't be elite without an elite running back, right? Because you guys have been elite with average or above average running backs. But what I'm saying is like, if you ever gave Patrick Mahomes that good of a running back, like I wouldn't say it's an automatic Super Bowl, but it's close.
You guys already have Pacheco. You guys are good.
But Pacheco barely played last year, dude. Like, they do need a running back. It's just they don't need one. Like,
true.
It's just I don't think Love is going to be there.
Hey, Cy, we traded Joe Mixon over there for you.
So the Chiefs
traded Joe Mixon
today, which makes sense.
Look at this guy. We'll trade Joe Mixon to the Chiefs for him.
Look at this legend. Look at this legend, Kirk Cousins.
The legend who is long gone from me.
All-time career earnings by quarterbacks. Stafford has made $408 million. Rodgers made almost 400. Brady 333. Kirk Cousins 322. Kirk Cousins, he's gonna pass Tom Brady in money this year. If he can make $11 million, he's gonna pass Tom Brady in terms of money made as a quarterback.
Crazy.
Well, Cy doesn't want Joe Mixon.
He may have last message off to. By the way, guys, for you guys who don't know this yet, Sonny Styles, linebacker from Ohio State, is unreal. Amazing player, dude. He's gonna be so good for whoever drafts him. Kyler Murray's gonna be released. Jacoby Brissett linked with the Jets and the Falcons. There's no way Jacoby Brissett should be anybody's answer.
I don't know.
Okay, it looks like we got through the news, people. So shout out to everybody in here. I'm trying to think if I have anything left to talk about. Do I talk about coaching stuff? Let me see if there's any coaching stuff.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let me see if there's any Sai's here. So Sai Shieldhouse got the Rams offensive coordinator spot. For those of you guys who don't know about Nate Shieldhouse is basically like he's like the next young genius superstar offensive coach that everybody like thinks the world of. The Rams had to give him a promotion to keep him from leaving. But I have a feeling he's going to be somebody's head coach. He's going to get hired as a head coach this time next year. So I think this is probably his last year in LA. But just keep your eyes out.
Sean McVay.
Yep.
Sean McVay is going to lose like 7 coaches from offensive coordinators.
That's what Sean McVay
does. Those are head coaches.
He makes head coaches. That's what he does. And Shieldhouse looks like the next one and maybe the best one to the hype.
Okay.
You guys.
Okay, Cy answered the question. Pacheco's injury is not good.
They can't rely on Pacheco.
I got to take off.
Who was their running back last year?
I will see you guys later.
Hell yeah.
See you. Who was Chiefs' last running back?
Draft stream.
Chiefs' last running back?
Or sorry, free agent stream.
When Pacheco got hurt. Who was it? Oh, it was Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt, which isn't good enough.
By the way, how many years does David Montgomery have left on his contract?
Montgomery, probably 1. My assumption would be 1.
1?
No, 2. So he's this age 20. His cap hit is $6 million this year, $9 million next year. None of it is guaranteed because Detroit takes all the guaranteed money. And yeah, it's a reasonable deal for the next 2 years. This year he'll be 29. His last year of his deal he'll be 30. Not bad value. Okay. Coaching stuff I have.
Hunter Smith.
I'll actually.
Okay, Hunter Smith.
Is there anything here I want to talk about?
Okay, Cy said Hunter Smith was their running back when Pacheco got hurt.
Yeah, Brashard Smith. But Brashard Smith is like, he's more like a weapon, like a running back / receiver combination as opposed to straight up.
Do they trade Rashee Rice, though, with all this problems he's having?
I don't think anybody trades for Rashee Rice. Like, I don't think there's anybody on the other side of that that's down. So I don't know. I don't think so. Okay, last two things I'm going to talk about before I leave, right? The Raiders signed Clint Kubiak, or they hired him from the Seahawks to be their head coach. And this is the tricky part about being the Raiders and the Seahawks is you're making this decision so late, right? February 14th and 15th. You're making this call so late that it's hard to put together a quality coaching staff, right? Rob Leonard, Andrew Janoko, like who are these guys? Unfortunately, these are the kind of
Raiders.
These are the names you have to choose this late in the cycle. Janoko was the quarterback's coach in Seattle, so he's taken like a big piece with him from Seattle, right? Seattle had to lose him and the quarterback's coach. So if you're talking about Sam Darnold, right? You just lost the two biggest offensive minds from your coaching staff after this year.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like it's tough from Seattle's standpoint, but it's good that
the Raiders going to be the Raiders.
Yeah, Kubiak's big, like his main guy. But again, I don't think this is going to be a quality coaching staff. I think Kubiak himself is great, but I don't think his coaching staff will be that great. I think it'll be a tough year for the Raiders in terms of building. Like Mendoza, Bowers, and Venti is a solid 1, 2, 3, but the offensive line is bad.
Their O-line
isn't great. I think it's going to take some time.
Mm-hmm. But Mendoza said he wants to get trained by Tom Brady. So,
of course, who wouldn't, man? Who wouldn't? And then the corresponding thing there is that the Seahawks, to replace Kubiak, they got Brian Fleury, who is the Niners tight ends coach. So this is the thing you have to realize, right? Like we can search this page, right? Because this page has the interviews. There is not one other team that interviewed Brian Fleury for anything. But again, this is the problem when you're picking your coaching staff this late, right? They did this on February 15th. There's like next to nobody to choose from. So they had to pick this guy that nobody else in the NFL thought was worth an interview. What are the chances they're right? And this is like my serious, like I've seen this happen to the Eagles 3 times. After you go to the Super Bowl, you lose your offensive coordinator, and then you just have to replace that guy with a random. And you have to hope that
was that like 2019 too?
We lost Frank Reich.
Eagles, you guys.
We lost Frank
and then
Reich
2020
the Nick Bowl Super Bowl. We lost Shane Steichen after the 2022 Super Bowl, and we lost Kellen Moore after 2024. And each time we lost those guys, we had to replace them with a nobody, and that was very, very, very difficult. So this is my concern.
This is what's happening to Seattle too.
This is my concern.
So this is what's happening to Seattle,
Darnold, right? Because we know nobody ever looked at Sam Darnold as like a special player, but he had a really good year last year. The reason he had a really good year,
and he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, Clint Kubiak. Realistically, the reason he's gone now. So now we have to hope that under Brian Fleury, a tight ends coach, not even a quarterbacks guy, that he has a similar success. And I just think this is a very tough spot. So we'll see what happens with Seattle. But I don't think that Fleury is going to be able to replicate what Kubiak did. What do you think of Carnell Tate? I think Carnell Tate is good. I mean, it's funny because I just talked about a guy like a Devontae Smith. Not the best comparison, right? But actually, no, kind of. Ohio State has had so many good receivers. Their individual players have a hard time shining because there's so many good players, right? Like Jackson Smith and Jigba was amazing in college, but he was on a team with, I think, Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, so it was hard for him to shine, right? Devontae Smith, right? Alabama receiver, a great player, but they had so many good players. They had, at that time, a Jerry Jeudy, a Calvin Ridley. It made it hard to shine, right? Carnell Tate, I think, is one of those players where I think Carnell Tate's great. I think if he went to the Chiefs, he would be one of Mahomes' best. Like, take Tyreek Hill aside, he'll be the best receiver Mahomes has had outside of Tyreek Hill. But yeah, it's just like it's hard to shine. Think about it. At Ohio State, he played with Marvin Harrison Jr. and then Jeremiah Smith. He played next to two of the best college receivers in the last 10 years. In the last 10 years. That makes it really, really hard to shine. But Carnell Tate's very good. He would be really good.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs take him at 9.
Tate, Xavier, Tyquan Thornton, whatever you can get from like maybe a small free agent, and you guys would be fine.
By the way, did you hear that big transfer that happened in college football?
What's the big transfer?
About back like during the NFL season, 5-star Ohio State player transferred to Notre Dame.
What's the name of the player?
I forgot what his name is, but there was a big transfer that happened.
If you don't remember the name, brother. No, I'm kidding. Let me see.
It was a 5-star. It was a 5-star player that transferred.
Dame.
Quincy Porter. There you go. No, Quincy Porter.
5-star prospect.
2025 5-star prospect.
Huh. Well, we'll see. Juwan Jennings. Is he a free
agent? Celtics won again. I think he is.
Wait, what? Okay, let me just search up Jennings. I put a J for reason. Juwan Jennings is... Wait, where did it go? Oh, hold on.
He's a free agent, isn't he?
No, yeah, I think you're right. I think he is a free agent. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Juwan Jennings... You know what's funny? Okay, I think Juwan Jennings would do a good job of replacing Kelsey, even though I don't think Kelsey's leaving. Like you said, he's staying, and I believe you. But Juwan Jennings, big physical third down receiver, can run a lot of the Kelsey routes. I think Juwan Jennings would, if they ever lost Kelsey, would be the kind of receiver that does a good job of replacing some of what Kelsey does. But yeah, shout out to everybody in here. If wrap the stream up here, people. I do have to call it a night.
I wonder if the Niners trade Brandon Ayuk.
No, they're just going to cut him. They're not going to trade him. He's just going to be released, and he's going to be a free agent, and nobody's going to give him any more than the minimum salary because he's been a headache. So we'll see if he can revitalize his career, but somebody's going to get him for super cheap.
Well, we'll see you in the next Raptor stream.
Yep. So I'll be doing a Raptor stream tomorrow, and then I'll be doing an NFL
My Celtics won again today.
I think I'll be doing an NFL stream on Thursday. Let me... fuck.
Thursday, okay.
Let me see. No, it won't be on Thursday. Okay, either Wednesday or Thursday, and then on Monday again. So I have 2 NFL streams that I want to do before free. Oh no, Monday is going to be the first day of free agency. Okay, shoot. Okay, I'm going to figure this out, people. Sunday night for sure I'll be streaming, and then probably Wednesday or Thursday. So I'll see you guys then. Raptor stream tomorrow. And yeah, we'll have a good time. Shout out to everybody in here. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel on your way out. I will see you guys later. I'm going to let Stephen A. Smith do the honors.
Y'all take it easy. I'm out.